I'm hoping and praying that this offseason be kind to us.
Well, so far it's not terrible. I do see some former names. Chris Sale, Marco Gonzalez, Ryan Yarbrough. Those guys are former players of ours.
Yeah, 7-17 for Texas in 2024. Went back to the White Sox in 2025. Had 11 win season there. So he held his own for as long as he possibly could. But Father Time is undefeated. Meanwhile, Votto's actually increasing his overall now that he's 43.
Amazing.
He's now 59. It was time to call it quits for Joey Votto. He was a cornerstone for you guys for a while when you were rebuilding, but really just no other names worth noting there. So our coaching staff needs to be addressed. Everybody's off the books, so we're going to bring everybody back. I had to go back into a backup save file in order to find out who was our coaching staff. But you guys, everybody stays put. Now, as far as guys that we want to consider bringing back, Marcus Stroman is 35 years old. He was a good pitcher for us. 15-8 in 2025, 13-11 in 2026. So he's been good for us, but he's 35 and he's starting to lose some overall points. We got some youngsters in our franchise, in our organization, some young starters. I think we can get them into the fold, have them compete and take that job. Conforto was never really going to be a guy that was long-term planned, so we're going to let him go, let him walk. Coonrod and Walsh, I just think of these guys as depth pieces. I'm not really, going to break the bank with them at all. Just be minor league players for us. Good depth, and we'll bring them back. Now, you guys have a ton of decisions to make. Luis Garcia, Kiner Falefa, Urquidy.
Yeah, Luis is a guy that we definitely want to hang on to. The question is he going to be interested in us? And, we're kind of constructing an offer here. Looks like it's going to go north of 60, I was going to say 65 million, but that might get the job done at 63. Jose Urquidy, he wants to get paid like an ace because of the year he had previously, but he only posted a 4+ ERA. So, it was not really a special year for him. Kiner Falefa, I'm willing to part ways with. I like the fact that he can catch. I do like that. I don't like to carry a backup catcher if I can avoid it, but he's kind of our rock. Okay, he's going to be the guy, the lifer.
A third catcher or a backup catcher? I always carry a backup catcher.
Well, I know. I don't want to carry a backup only catcher.
Got it.
But yeah, he's kind of going to be our guy. Okay, so we are switching up our road unis for your number 5.
I kind of dig this a little bit. Get away from the red, go to the black here this season.
We're going back to the red next year, but this is an alternate that we've had all year. You guys just never seen us playing it. So
got it.
You're going to see us playing it all year.
Got it.
All right, so our free agents on the board. You got Jazz, Jimenez, Flaherty, Stevenson, Arozarena, Skubal, Kirk, Singer.
A lot of qualifying offers being made. So if another team comes swooping in, offers them a contract, and they go to the other team, that team has to get rid of their draft pick to the team that lost that player. So that's always a big risk. Now, for you guys, you're considering Skubal here. He's 30 years old in this series, and he's posted some pretty decent seasons for almost like Little Caesars. Illich. Caesars. Caesars. Posted some good seasons with Detroit. Freddie Peralta's up there on the board here. Yeah, Kyle Wright, Tristan McKenzie.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards McKenzie, Peralta, but I am interested in a left-hander as well, so I was thinking Sandoval possibly. Skubal, I think, fits the bill of an ace and a left-handed starter. Aniel De Los Santos, a guy that we might try to bring back here to be our closer. He's been so dominant with the Angels that I want to give it a shot. Now, Skubal is pricey. Very pricey. He's age 30. This is like prime free agent years.
I will have you guys know, if you sign him at this contract level, you will be going over your budget. Guys, remember, we have a budget in place, a team salary. Like, for every win, you get $100,000, I think it was.
What about this dude?
Yeah. Carlos Ochoa. Yeah, I'm having a tough time today. 18-year-old, C potential player. I guess he wasn't signed. He was drafted.
He's just an international free agent.
Yeah, well, that's not how the show works. But we can go with that storyline.
Yeah, he's from Panama.
But you'll go after him.
Send any scouts down there.
some good contact there for him. Dylan Moore, you're trying to go after a former retread of a Sun Sox.
We need
retread?
some speed. We don't steal a lot of bases.
He's not going to get on base.
That's important for stealing. Okay, Kyle Freeland, maybe like a reclamation project / veteran / name brand guy
/
We like our name brand people, our old people that are low 70s that you know. We like them.
Or 38-year-old Craig Kimbrels.
That possibly. I mean, Yimi Garcia, what about him?
He's 36.
He's 36 now?
Why can't you go out and sign a legitimate arm and a bullpen?
Because once we get Scooble, if we get Scooble, we got to blow this thing up. A lot of our high-priced people have to leave. Now, Guillorme could be huge for us. Look at his contact. And he won a batting title with the Braves.
This would be a good signing.
I mean, his contact's a little obscene compared to how good he is in real life.
Yeah.
But if he's going to put those numbers up, we need a true leadoff guy.
I think you're crazy. I think you need to punt the Scooble idea and you need to go after some pieces that can actually build on the fact that you're a playoff team. Now, for us, again, like, pitching is going to be a big thing for us. We're going to lose Glass now here in the next 2 seasons. And you guys can see, this is what I'm kind of talking about here. You got Kendrick. You got Weems. You got some arms there. We got some youth coming up in our organization as far as pitching goes. Bullpen, that's obviously a position of need as well. Closer, not so much. We got that pretty much on lockdown for a couple seasons. Second base, again, not really looking there. Third base, you could argue. Third base, that we need that. Shortstop, Adames, 85 overall. He's not going anywhere. Boatwright's up to an 84 as a 23-year-old. You also got this guy coming up, Jose Mortero. He's only 59 right now, but he's shooting up the ranks. You got Carter at a 77. He had a plus 10 in power, by the way, so that was a big season for him last year. But honestly, going forward here, again, looking at pitching, I'm looking at Kyle Wright. I need a guy like Kyle Wright in this rotation. If we're going to lose Stroman, we're going to lose Glass now. He's starting to regress. We need to consider getting another ace into the fold, and Kyle Wright's going to get offered a contract here. Other guys I'm looking at, McKenzie, Singer, Peralta, but I do like the Kyle Wright offer. Plus Casey Mize. You know, he's not making a ton of money for Detroit. Might be a guy to go consider. Thought about nabbing your Urquidy from you. Luzardo would be kind of cool with the left-hander. He's young, but he's also, if you acquire a guy like that, he's going to take a job away from Smith or Wade Russell, some of those younger arms. You threw out the idea. You saw this, and you're like, what about Jacob deGrom? He's still hitting 99 on his fastball. Yeah. But I'm like, he's 38, man. Let's get away from the old people thing.
So maybe Ian Anderson.
I like the fact that he's a winner. You know, and if we went after Kyle Wright and Ian Anderson, you're basically ripping the Braves' starting rotation off from them. Like, they don't have those two guys anymore. Plus, he's entering his prime. He's 28 years old. He's got good size to him, and he's not asking for a ton of money. Like, we could get Ian Anderson for the same price, or actually a lower price than what you were thinking to go get Urquidy or Luis Garcia.
And you might, we can break Atlanta. If I get Guillorme and you get Ian Anderson, I mean, they're going to be hurting.
It's a huge thing for us because we're in the same division. Now, looking at outfield, I don't want to take a job away from any of my outfielders, but I'm looking at maybe Gurriel. He's got some good contact, good power. I like that. But we're also thinking long-term here and immediate. We need a star on this team. We need another star. You can't keep rolling with the same people and expecting that you're going to advance and beat those Dodgers. So we're offering a big contract to Randy Arozarena, and we're going for it. We got Arozarena, Wright, Anderson, and Jared Walsh.
Gurriel, I mean, he's only 76, so you're going to take the offer off the table.
We're pulling it off because if we get Arozarena, we've got enough outfielders where, you know, you don't want to overload it. For you guys, you got a ton of contracts up on the board. Scooble, Garcia, Urquidy, De Los Santos, Kiner Falefa, Guillorme. Those are your two top names. And as we advance forward,
we got Guillorme.
You did get Guillorme. You got Kyle Freeland. So those are two of your bigger additions. Now, as we go forward, we actually didn't sign anybody other than... we didn't sign anybody yet. So as we advance, we see around the league, we got Alex Vesia signing, Tyler Stevenson. Chisholm's going to be a Dodger. hit 300 last season. He's entering his prime. He's 29. We did get Kyle Wright. Boom, that's awesome. We got a Randy Rosa. Yes, let's go. Awesome. Those are huge additions to this roster. Plus, we got Ian Anderson. We got everybody that we targeted. I think that we're done.
Okay.
But now we're going to focus on you guys because you need Scooble at this point. You're kind of going all in with that idea.
Well, yeah, if we don't get Scooble, which we do.
Look at that contract.
Now the question becomes Urquidy. He's getting paid a lot of money.
Oh, $22 million a year for 7 seasons, no less.
Well, we do need to, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to entice him to come here. Nobody really wants to play here, except for Pete Alonso, which we had to overpay to get.
Yep. So you guys saw some of the arbitration negotiations that are yet to be discussed, but around the league, we do have a signing from Brady Singer going to the Phillies and a trade. Look at this. The CPU conducted a trade from Colorado to Pittsburgh. You got Barbecue was a Pirate. He's always been kind of a thorn on our side whenever we play him. He's going to go out to Colorado, so good luck there. Richie Worth was also claimed from Buffalo off the waivers. You got Jonah Heim, Munoz signing. Mountcastle's going to the Dodgers, so the Dodgers keep loading up. You have a trade here. Tyler O'Neill's going to the Yankees for Dominguez and another player there. Freddie Peralta going to the D-backs. JT Realmuto was apparently signed 1 year to the Yankees. I think we just covered him in another update here in the offseason. Some big signings elsewhere. You got Ryan Helsley being traded for another custom player, Buddy Kennedy. Now, Jose Urquidy is no longer interested in you guys. So, got some decisions to make on Urquidy. He's just outing you guys on the offer sheet. Doesn't even want to consider it anymore.
He wants a lot of money.
Yeah. Are you willing to pay for this? Because you just got Scooble and you're way over budget.
Well, I mean, he's our guy. I mean, I imagined us hanging on to him for a long time, but yeah, I mean, he's just not biting.
Yeah,
It's like in Pokemon when you put the old rod into the water. It's just
doesn't bite. Yeah. No bites. Look at that interest level still. Like $13 million a year, and he still doesn't want it. He would rather consider the Brewers offer over you guys. So I think the hard decision
Then go to Milwaukee.
has to be made, and I think you're making the right call here.
Then go.
Yeah, I do. I think you're making the right call. He has these on and off years for you guys. That he had a 3.48, 5.40, +2,
Go away.
and then a bad one. So $154 million is where you're at.
Okay.
You got a lot of money to shave.
And we did get Luis Garcia. Now, we got to figure out where to cut back. I mean, Giolito's making 11, but he doesn't put up any numbers. And Bryce Turang, I can't hit with Turang. Stassi's making 4, and is kind of productive. Well over his window, shall we say. So
You're going to have to find a way to pay Randall James, and that time comes
yeah,
along.
that's true. I mean, so we're looking maybe to move Giolito. It's just the rating doesn't translate. He's a 4.5 guy. I can do better than that. I can live with some garbage, thrown out there every 5 days.
You just saved $11 million on that trade with the Angels.
Okay.
Now you're also packaging Saucedo, Shoemake, and Adolfo. They've got kind of a higher price tag. You're going to go after Bermudez there. It's kind of
it's a garbage compactor like in Monsters Inc.
Yeah. How about this one? Kimbrel, Edwards Jr., and Senzel. Seeing Senzel go, that one's tough. But you get back Matthew Liberator,
He's
and
just losing steam,
you're saving $6 million.
Yeah, that should get us around budget. I think it's something that makes sense. Now, I mean, Chad Green was bad. He pitched bad in multiple spots for us last year. Stassi at $4 million. We got Ricky Sutton. We got Connor Falefa. As much as it hurts me, I don't need Stassi. And Marcano is not very good as a utility guy either. So I'm going to take this trade from the Mets. Just
Holy
for unloading
crap.
salary. And that gets us down to 129.
Yep, which is where we need to be, about 130. But
I'm not done.
You're not done. Yeah, so you traded every one of those guys for one player. So This is crazy. That's just nuts to me, dude. Like you made the playoffs last year.
We're
and you're
just shuffling. It's shuffling deck chairs.
You're wrecking the
I'm
culture.
not wrecking anything.
You're
How many
wrecking-
guys I got rid of that were in AAA? Okay. Or bench players.
Oh my
We
God.
will be fine.
Well-
you know why we made the playoffs? It's because of our young starting core, which did not change.
Okay. Well, there's your draft lottery results. We were not included in the lottery because we made the playoffs.
Finally.
Pirates make good on their odds. So they're number 1. Now for the Rule 5 draft, Nelson Velasquez goes back to the Cubs. So after all of that, you acquired him from the Cubs. He's had some trips with you. He's had some trips down in the minors. Back and forth we go. Gets traded away in the offseason. The team that acquired him didn't get him on their 40-man in time. And he goes back to the Cubs. Just crazy.
So not interested in any of the
I was not interested in any of those guys. Just
not
nothing
even
was
you,
speaking to me.
Darvish.
Nope. Peterson's going to be a Pirate. Pirates are crazy in this franchise. They they spend like drunken sailors. It's crazy out. No pun intended. Yeah. No pun intended.
Fine.
And
go.
Then, yeah. Urquidy going on a 5-year deal, $55.5 million. That's a lot. The Varsho is going to sign with the Pirates. Mize is going to go to the Rockies.
This is the scene in the movie where you just start throwing things at Urquidy, where you're like, take this, and take my ring, and I'll never want to see you ever again.
Meanwhile, the Saucers are winning some of their arbitration battles. Sun Sox are not. So they keep going with the players. Finally, we do get one, but it was a meaningless one because Scott Baneas, neither here nor there for me.
You have a trade.
Yeah, so we're trying to get a little bit under budget too. We pulled off that trade, kind of the garbage compactor type thing. Now
that's offensive to these major league quality baseball players.
We are at 134, so we have some work to do on our end. We got to get to about 130, 129. We're gonna package Irvin and Walsh. Walsh is making a lot of money, and
you decided you don't want him.
Well, he's expendable. He was a minor league guy, and I think he's making too much money anyway at this point, right? So we're going to move Cole Irvin. I don't see how he fits into the rotation any longer with our new guys. Yeah, we're going to go to the Angels. Seth Brown, Krause, and Hoyt Newby. So I like the deal. I think that Seth Brown is going to be good for how we want to use him. Got some good power.
All right, so that gets you under 130.
Yep, so we're right where we need to be. So after all of that, this is what your team looks like. And it doesn't look too bad. I mean, a lot of moves, a lot of crazy things happening there for you guys.
I'm excited about Michael Park. Let's see what we got in this trade. Starting pitcher. They need Aguilar Madley to step up. Hasn't put up a lot of numbers. Mel Cruz. Maybe we get a look at him in spring training. I mean, we're kind of at the point where it's like, yeah, we may have overdrafted you, but what do you got?
Right.
So, how about your team here?
Pitching still needs some work.
I'm not seeing a ton of depth here.
Yeah, we got a lot of faith in some
at least
guys.
with the pitching. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, I like our closers. I like the guys that we can have in the back end. A lot of A potentials there. Got some good guys like Deoka. Gonna be solid. Palazzo is an 80. First base, Sandage and Ty France. It's a good duo right there. Sandage is probably gonna take over that spot eventually, but France for now is playing second. Ian Lewis and James Hunter right now on the roster. I think that'll change by the time that spring training ends. Third base, I'm praying that John Kenzie Noel has a good spring, because I kind of want him to be the third baseman of the future. Jake Berger's starting to lose some overall there a little bit. Shortstop, Adames has got that on lockdown. Outfielders, we got a Rosarena now. Boatwright's going to play center. Randy's going to play left. Colas, I still need to see a little bit more from him. Wilkerson will be out there in right. Reyes is a DH, and
was Evan Carter a backup on your team?
No, he's going to play. He is going to play. I think he's going to play right field with Wilkerson. They're going to swap.
Yeah, Wilkerson and Boatwright.
Boatwright's going to play center. Yep, Randy's going to play left. Boatwright's in center. Wilkerson's going to be in right with Carter. So Carter and him are going to split some time. So that's kind of the plan there. But I like our team now. We got another big bat with Randy. He's a pretty good defender too. He's decent. But I think this is going to be a better team than last year. Look at the pitching now, guys. Right, Glass now. Smith's an 80. Giovatello's a 78. I forgot about him. I should have mentioned him in my prediction of what the rotation was going to look like. And they got Wade Russell sitting there too. So you got a lot of options there with our staff. But now you guys have a good leadoff, an actual true leadoff hitter with Guillorme. Move Junko Leadus 2 slot. How you feeling about your lineup?
This is I put this in air quotes, these are intelligent baseball. Okay, I need a leadoff hitter. We got one. We need some stolen base guys. We got one. So maybe, like, it's a little weird when you look at, like, well, you're giving these guys away, but it's like, but is the team better set up for success?
Right.
Now, we got, like, Scooble, our ace, an actual ace for us. Like, Giolito, 84 overall, but doesn't perform. So maybe in the long run, even though we may have lost a little bit of depth, we might be better constructed.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the offseason. We'll catch you in spring training next episode. Leave a like if you like this thing. We'll get a first look at our new teams in spring training. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.